Dr. Habeeb Rahaman is the chairman and medical director of Unity Hospital, Mangalore. It is started in the year 1978. Something very unique. And the person is very, very important for us, for Aloysius University, because is one of the very, very prominent, important, successful alumni of St. Aloysius University.
Thank you.
And we have our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Mat, is the first Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius University. And Father Mattis had been the former principal of St. Aloysius College Autonomous. And his academic competence and research credential took him to the University of Namur, Belgium for his doctoral studies, and he obtained his PhD in nanoscience. He is also the current president of the Xavier Bodo Higher Education in India. So very hearty welcome to Father, and we are extremely delighted to have you for this program.
Thank you.
Now, having here two important heads of institutions had a long journey of leading and also as a successful person. Dr. Habeeb, you're a very old graduate, is a proud graduate of this institution. We'd like to know, what is your most fond memory of St. Aloysius?
Thank you very much for your invitation. Thank you, Father. Nice to be a part of this program. In fact, I joined in the year 1953. My father was in Sri Lanka. He was doing business there. And I was there in the neighboring state of Kasaragod, where he saw me there. It's not a good environment. You must go into some good school and all. So he found the best school was the St. Aloysius boarding school at that time. I mean, I'm talking about 60 years back, not recently. Father Dennis Pinto, I don't know whether you know him.
I know.
You know him?
Yeah,
Dennis Pinto
it
was
his last days. I was with him in Bangalore.
Oh, very good. Yes, very nice father. He was our director at that time. And one of the best I could call Father Dennis Pinto. He was like our real father. See, we call father usually, Father Pinto. He was the director, and he was one of the most dynamic person I have seen in my life. Very honest to his way of doing thinking and doing things. One time I remember as a child, the students around was always crazy about some collection, some hobbies and all. They were collecting holy pictures there. So there's a tendency of the students there at that time. So I went and told him, I also want to collect some holy pictures, Father. Can you give me them? That Reverend Father told me saying that, so you are a Muslim. Muslim usually don't collect these pictures there. That was the inspiration of the intelligent honesty of this father. And I was really appreciating that. A man who is only in the room, myself and himself, and he is propagating something which is again my faith. See, such a honesty was his approach. So in every area was so much dealing in whatever the things there. He talked the real values of our life at that time. See, these Jesuits and all whom I meet now, I really find those old people also in them. See, their core values and all the things which they inculcated, the principle and all the things, The contribution of Christians to the education is superb. That is all over India, we could see that, or Asian countries, the contribution of education and healthcare. They were doing a lot of work here. And in fact, the whole foundation of our independence, India, has come out of the education system of these people who have contributed to education there. That is something remarkable which I found at that time.
Something mentioned like the father you met there. That's like a genealogy you transferred into the present one. The father, would you like to mention the most fond memory, because you are being as a student now you are an administrator. So as a student, one of the core the memories that will be very good for our students and also here. It's very interesting to know. Yes.
Yeah, I was not like the present students who are vibrant and very active. I was a very quiet student because I came from a village and from Kannada medium. And when I came here, everyone was speaking English. I really struggled to speak English, and my companions, even they are my friends today. So they were all sitting together, helping one another. So we were only in awe and wonder of this college those days, because it's the biggest college that we could have. And the then principal, Father Nelapati, was our teacher, teaching chemistry. And as a principal, he used to come to our classes to teach chemistry. So those fond memories of those Jesuits here. And after that, I was inspired to look at these Jesuits and said, why can't I dedicate my life and become like one of them? But I had a lot of doubts in terms of I was not good at English. And another one is I was not a brilliant student like the present student that I see. I had a lot of things about me saying that how can I be with this condition become a priest. Then I one day took courage and went to one Jesuit priest and said, I would like to become a priest. He was very open. I was really surprised. I said he would not admit me, saying that like, you can't speak good English, you are not a good speaker in terms of, because I had a lot of fear of stage. But I was good at studies. So I would understand the things and do well in written form. But somehow when it comes to the public domain, I don't know what was going wrong. My hands would shiver, my legs would shiver. Even when I was good at quiz and chess, I would come to receive the prize, I wouldn't come because those 2 minutes I don't know how to come on the stage and go. I was so fearful of stage. So I quickly come, not even look at the people there, take the prize and run. So that was my situation in the college. But then the Jesuits formed me later on. So I met the Jesuits and we had 1 year of training. And that training, they taught us good English. And from the beginning, like, like simple children they taught. And then I could understand good reading. And then through that, my confidence improved. And I'm really, whatever I am today, is only because of this institution which kept me in awe and wonder. I was only looking up to things, how things go. I never even dreamt that I would come anywhere closer to this institution after that. And then when I went to become a Jesuit, one thing I asked them, is there anything of service-oriented work to be with the poor where I don't come on the stage and quietly I can disappear and do something? They said in a Jesuit order, whatever you want to do, there is. So you don't have to worry about coming on stage and doing things. So they said people work with the poor, there are health services, other places, you can quietly do your work. Ultimately what you want is a service. So that's how I was inspired and joined them. Things turned completely different from where to where I can't believe myself. From such kind of a very non-confident boy to a very confident student now to start doing well. Then after about 7 years of my initial formation in Jesuit order, I did my MSc. So by the time I completely forgotten what I studied in BSc. So, but Jesuits are like obedience. When they say you have to do it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
So no choice. I tried my best to tell them that like I don't fit in there. I don't want to do my further studies. I just want to do service in a small little village because there are a lot of ways to do that. But they said nothing doing, you'll have to go for your masters. So then I did my masters in Joseph's in Bangalore. And I was such a fortunate guy. After my doctorate in Belgium, very young at the age of 36, 37, I was appointed both as a principal and director of St. Joseph's in Bangalore without any experience. So that was something unique. And I studied there. By the time I had 14 teachers who taught me, 10 teachers were still there as professors. Then I got transferred here in 2015. After that, I'm here from last about 10 years. And when I came here, about 6 of my faculty were those who taught me in BSc were my professors here. So last one will be retiring soon, Professor Dr. Charles Furtado. He taught me English. So this is my fortune, which never ever I dreamt that I would come back to both these institutions to lead them. So last 15 years I'm in administration, in research, in learning, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing here, especially because of my students here. They give me life and I look at them and I get energy. Another one is my teachers here, faculty. They are also very vibrant and our alumni, people like Dr. Habeeb and others. When I look at them, I understand the history. I understand the legacy, understand what it was. So I am in again awe and wonder. I just say, when I every time enter this portal, I said, okay, 145 years, 1880. I only remember whether I am worthy of leading such a great institution. Said that kind of a reverential fear Earlier I had a stage fear. Now I come with a reverential fear all the time, entering how do I take this institution and lead it to that kind of a situation. So people like Dr. Habeeb and a lot of our alumni, they are my inspiration now. So I look at them and in awe and wonder, praying God all the time and helping this institution to move forward.
And it's quite interesting to hear about the whole transformation, Father, because you said you were probably a first bencher then, not a last bencher.
Yeah, first
so
bencher.
You were a first bencher and the
Timid boy,
goals,
yes.
And with the fears that you had, the complexities that you had, the transformation has been tremendous, and we see that at Aloysius University now. So, Father, we tell our students very regularly that in the classroom we teach them theory. When they go to field, it's more of practical. I'm sure you two had that sudden gap in between, or sudden that intersection where it was theory and the practical. How did the transition happen, Father?
Yeah.
Was that not a surprise?
No, that was a surprise, but I think that's our formation. So our formation was very unique. As you said, theory, but then theory and our practice go along. The first thing that happened when we are in the novitiate, so there is a long retreat. 1 month we have to spend in quiet. You can't talk to anybody. 1 month at that young age, you can't talk to anybody except your spiritual director for that 1 month, and it's complete silence. So no newspapers, nothing in touch. So you're only praying all the time and then meeting your guide once a day just for about 20 minutes to just share your spiritual movements. And that was a very deep personal experience. Initial 5 days were difficult, then it continues and month. So after 10-15 days, you get into that kind of a real union with God, and then that bond becomes very strong. So once that happens, they send you for a 1 month after 2 months of little spiritual coming down to meet the people. So now with your God, you get the inspiration. With Jesus, you get the inspiration. Now you go to the people with that inspiration to serve them, because you want to see God in the other. So that application was very, very strong. So that was our pedagogy. Whatever that we did in our formation, it was not only theory. Along with that, what you learned, that is an inspiration. And you want to serve by inspiration itself, praying. And you go and do it by experiment. So these are not easy. While doing, there are difficulties. Like when I remember, we have got 2 times to do our long retreat. The next one is after ordination, after almost 15-20 years. So that was the time, another time we get, that was in Sitagara in Hazaribagh, I did that. Then I was sent to a mentally challenged kind of asylum in Mother Teresa's house. That was extremely difficult. Because at that age, I was already about 33, 34 as a priest. So I would go to these mentally challenged people, you feed them, you give them bath, you shave, and suddenly they don't know what is happening. So they suddenly throw these things at you, but still you go and serve them and work on that. You don't understand things, but then spiritually you are come to serve. So that was in a way excellent experience. I remember at that time I was struggling to understand both this. Being a scientist, by the time I was already nanoscientist, I was already willing we can solve a problem. But at that moment I was saying, what kind of a problem can I solve? I have to live with the mystery. So then I saw somewhere a quotation, life is a mystery to be lived, not a problem to be solved. And that gave me an understanding, a profound understanding of myself. I said, now I have to live with these people with respect and give them that human dignity. That took me also a later stage of working in Tihar jail as a counselor. So I would meet all kinds of people there, and what an experience to be with them, give them human dignity. Like we believe, like in our rich experience spirituality, we don't condemn a human person. We may condemn his sin, but not a person by itself. Okay, so give him a human dignity and live, and also help him to slowly come out of his sinful behavior. So that was a profound experience to be with them. And I learned, my life has been only a learning experience of this kind. As you said, that way, quite blending of our theory, what we learn. For us also, go deeper into prayer. Prayer and this serving has to go together. That was our learning there, pedagogy. And in the teaching, what happens, the theory is given first, and then the practical that you led to with that inspiration, that you go and serve and apply it in whatever way. Science you apply it, chemistry you apply it, or commerce you do that, social. So ultimately what is happening is, see, in our education system, so far we were going with the I, vertical. So one, if I go into deeper study, chemistry or social work, I go deeper only in that area. America changed that slightly with brought in a T, that is With the vertical, they added horizontal. The application came in. Now the present situation all over the world is a delta, is a triangle. The two are not enough. The third one has to be again collaboration. The third aspect is a change. Now if I go on with the world for same kind of a change, studies and things, there is no change in what is happening, there is no use. So third delta would add to a change agents. We as humans, one is theoretically we study a problem, try to solve it. For what reason? For sustainability, for a transformational change. So here now we strongly believe at St. Aloysius, we give all three. Like student should be good at his chosen field, specialization, slowly work on his human perspective, values and all that. Then along with that, apply it to the real field. There is impact. So when there is an impact, what happens? Society changes. Certain ways of looking at things would change. And that is a real education that we are trying to provide at St. Aloysius. And I'm happy to learn that aspect and also be with our students to understand that depth and take it forward.
And thank you very much once again.
Yeah, we thank you for your invitation to be a part of this program. And also I'm so happy to see this has become a university now. Should be long due, 100-year-old these things. Yeah, and the people who are behind this, I must congratulate especially the Reverend Father Praveen Martis for your contribution and your interest in developing. You are the first Vice Chancellor. So I think this will sprout into a much higher level because it has got a tradition of values. It's not an ordinary university which has got inspired from the values, original value, which you all benefit out of it. Let it go into further also in a higher level of learning where you can have the human values also a part of this program. I wish you all the best, Father.
Thank you.
Welcome more youngsters to this campus. We would love to carry on this legacy with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.